I live. I'm alive. I have resurrected one more time. Hello. Welcome back to not a Sunday stream, but a Tuesday stream. So, unfortunately, as you can have read the messages, I was pre-exposed for a couple of days. Family stuff had to get taken care of. How I always say, make sure you take care of yourselves and stay hydrated. Let's add also, make sure you're eating properly. Make sure you're taking your dietary and vitamin needs. And then when it's time for people to help you, accept their help. I'm not going to go into specific details further than that. But please, please, if you are one of those people that say, I don't need to be taken care of, when it's gotten to the point where we have to consider some hospital visits, you need help. You need help. And yeah. So I had to take care of some stuff. Had to also do some work stuff. I apologize. We're here now. We're gonna get through some reading today. Tomorrow I want to get some Final Fantasy going on because we haven't done so in a while. It's gonna be grinding. It's just primarily gonna be grinding. Maybe we're also gonna get that last character that I haven't gotten yet. Yeah. So again, I do apologize. This is also not gonna be our entire Sunday stream, but we will still have a good chunk of stuff to do because today we will have Each of the Witch. We're back again with a new chapter. Excited to see where this goes. Amadora looking nice, looking good. We have, of course, Iruma. Seeing what our two lad and lady will do. Gathering the misfits, I'm hopefully soon. And Omri. Then we got Hunter. My boy. Well, not my boy in the good sense, but like the menace himself was on the first page. This is a good sign, for me at least. This is going to be a good chapter. But yeah, so we're going to go into this. We're going to start with Each of the Witch first. Then we'll get into Iruma-kun. Then we will do Hunter. If we have time, maybe we'll do a Chun X chapter. But right now, I just want to focus on getting these three done. That way, when we have... I think we don't have a chapter this week for One Piece. I'll try and get to maybe some Chun and Kagurabachi on Thursday. Tomorrow, again, I just kind of want to grind through Final Fantasy to prepare for round 2 of Sephiroth for the final battle, because that round 1 fucking kicked my ass. So it's going to be grinding Kagurabachi and Chun Thursday. Friday we'll see. Saturday will be Bleach, which I haven't forgotten. I am going to make sure I get the reaction back up on the channel, which I knew it was going to get taken down. I knew it was going to get taken down, but I didn't give a fuck. Because that was a great chapter. That was a great episode. Fantastic episode. I mean, that is definitive. One of, if not the best episode in Bleach. So yes, I did do that reaction. I will try and get the stream back up. If not, I'll just upload an edited version of that. Because, hot damn, Orihime. I never thought I'd live to see the day. Kubo treating her right. Now all we need is Chad. He's literally the last one. He's the last one. But yeah, so I want to get that stream fixed. Oh yeah, so tomorrow I'm committing to Final Fantasy. Thursday I want to commit to Kagurabachi and Chun. Friday, not so sure what we're gonna do yet. Saturday, reactions, and then Sunday we are coming through. We are coming through for our read-throughs. Yeah, I know August has not been the most steady schedules, and I do apologize for that. But we're here now. Hey Jancy. Hope you're doing well. Amadoro having green hair and green eyes proves to me my idea of Amadoro becoming the older sister of Komagi always wished Specca was for her. Oh, true. You know what? Well, seeing how we're going to be starting with this, let's actually get into this. Well, actually, we'll have it for this page. It's fine. Let's do this. So let's start with Ichi. This is true. I actually didn't realize, but this is our first coloration of Amadoro. She has green hair. And at least from the glasses or like the tint, it looks like she has green eyes. Does Komaki have green eyes? You walk. Go away. She does. She does. Oh. Huh. That's interesting. If I didn't know better, I would say, like, they're more related to each other. But maybe it's like a nobility thing. Like, if you look back close enough, everyone's related to one another. Okay. And also, I didn't think about this before, but my JoJo's fans, she kind of has like a JoJo's character motif going on with like these patches over here. Yeah. She has a little bit of that Gyro Zeppeli in her. Actually, with the hold on, with the green and everything, I almost kind of want her teeth to be gold-plated. Hey. She can get that Gyro cosplay going on. Holy shit. Okay, yeah, so she has green hair. So, furthering bonding with Komagi, as you were saying. Yeah, I guess I could see that. We have the 95th Hunt. About. A bunch of her candies and whatnot. Alright, cool cover. Oh, and her insignia ring for the witches. Alright, let's get into this. Let's do this. So, where we last off last time, we had Gokuraku intercepting Hakari first out of the gang. The gang is now where? Hakari. That blow wasn't half bad, but that isn't nearly enough to... Who said I was done? That was just my warm-up. Simple kick, simple kick, simple kick. Triple tap that. And then hidden tech. Toe kick. Oh, shit. Very nice. Oh, wait. Oh, this is the stabbing leg that he has. Yeah. I was like, wait, is this a new technique? No, we've seen this. Alright, Hakari. Wait, what's the plan? What's the plan, my dude? And then, sheesh. Merciless as always. No, you mustn't. You're way too close. Nah, that's the trick, though, probably. Everyone's gonna be too afraid to get close into combat, but Gokuraku is like one of those Dark Souls players. It's like, well, I could play it safe and wait in the background, hidden with all those spells and making sure I'm out of their reach. But fuck that shit. That's how losers think. I want to go in close, nice and personal. I want to dodge roll out of any on-suiting damage, but still be close enough to deal that extra critical damage. You're too close. Get away quickly. You're in danger. Yeah. All right, Gokuraku. Ooh, well, yeah. To be fair, he is a 7-star. So, I think his head is like almost melding around the sword leg. And then, unfortunately, now Gokuraku's literally in a bind. He cannot move. Well, I can't free my arms. He got a good couple shot off. So, you know, that's nice. And I guess because, as far as we know the rules, with his Gamma, he has to clap his hands. So as long as he's holding on to Gokuraku, he can't do that. So that's at least something. Impressive. You are a man, yet you faced me, a Majik, with confident strength. Went for my head with a cruel efficiency, and struck with merciless speed. Praiseworthy. Oh. If only he could capture Majik. Hakari would be like, dope, let's go. Let's do this. Which makes this all the more regrettable. You're a man with power. How could you do it? How could you reduce yourself to being a mere minion of witches? Alright, again, backstory. It's gotta happen. Listen, we're free thinkers, Hakari. We're free thinkers around here. So he's gonna try and clap him. Please, you must get away before their hands close around you. Jet boots, acceleration. Yeah. Yeah. However, Grip. Ooh. Oh, damn. Okay, first major injury for the arc. Gokuraku has his cybernetics ripped out of him. At least his arms. Oh, damn. That's some crazy... Like, if that was a person's, like, regular body right there, that would be muscle fibers, bone marrow, the work being displayed right here. Damn. Okay, so Gokuraku might be debilitated for the remainder of this arc. Damn, okay. I did not see that coming. I thought he was going to get away. So, he rips his arms off to try and back off. Gamma. The little particles of matter being rearranged. Gokuraku, you okay? No, because I had my arms ripped off. I would have been in real trouble if I hadn't ripped my arms. Sorry, Ichi. Kind of suffered heavy damage right off the bat. I guess we were a little too reckless. We were a little too reckless up against a 7-star. But that should have been enough of an opening. Oh, yeah? We have a tail. Golconda. The truth seeker. Yeah. Dakaris. Actually, do we see the inside of his face? Kind of? Behind the garb, the mask? It's shining. Like there's nothing there, or like there's space behind there. Okay. Good work, Gokuraku. That was exactly what I needed. Again, the wild plays, though reckless, they do give us some advantages. What Majik are you? What must be done to acquire you? Now, we do know if you're strong enough, you can break free of Golconda, as Dakaris has done. I think Hitsugai has done. Yeah. So, will this work? No, I don't want to say. Yeah. He muscled through. Foul witches. You'll pay for this. I will make you all pay. Okay, again, they're really emphasizing he has an issue with witches. Like, it's not like, you know, the typical look-down behavior. It's a visceral, like, almost personal vendetta he has. So I hope we're going to get some info out of that. Golconda, extra, like, forceful. Like, okay, nah, you tell us. No, I am the deconstruction Majik. To acquire me, you must find... Damn, he's telling us. Oh, okay. Yo, Golconda, like, no. We're not doing this bullshit again. To acquire me, you must find the 3 shattered fragments of my magic stone. Oh, his core. Really? That's a crazy trial for a Majik. So his core, he deliberately shattered, and he can do that? Huh. That's a new bit of lore right there. Unless that's not, like, the core that we've been seeing for a couple arcs now. It's not his actual core. It's a representation of his core, though. You must find the 3 shattered fragments of my magic stone and make it whole once again. Okay. The 3 magic fragments are hidden within this tower. Yeah. Oh, right, because it's a labyrinth. It changes. Fuck. Okay. That makes it... I was about to say, like, this confrontation was, like, super early. There we go. So we have to go through the entire labyrinth to find the 3 fragments. And then we have to find him again after we bring them together. If you wish to acquire me, then search like your lives depend on it. Dakaris, what is your connection with Fujimai? Fujimai fears me. Fears? Oh. The crazy one? Crazy girl? Doubtful, but okay. Alright. Do go on. She fears you? Yeah, okay. No more. No more. He's like... Oh, he, like, stretches his arms backwards. Yo, did she just lose Golconda? Like, is he... how does that work? How does that work? If he can deconstruct, like, anything, does she just lose a Majik right there? Run, foul witches. He's just made of anger. Like the mask looks like it's a burning flame. Run like your lives depend on it, because they do. Now that you know my trial, I will kill you all. Yeah? We'll try it. Here we go. Here comes the thrusto. Yeah. Oh, no, excuse me. Busting out Alexandria. So that marksman attack. However, again, he's got quick reflexes. I guess you would have to with this kind of like ability that requires to clap something in between it. So he's got very quick reflexes. Okay. We're getting out of here. So, damn. She's like, well, that was one of my best moves. Well, that didn't work. Okay, let's try and flee. We need, like, a Fujimai ability, or, like, some kind of subjugation ability for someone like him, if we genuinely can't handle him. But, unfortunately, we do not have that right now. And that's the end of the chapter. Okay. So, we had a cool little Gokuraku moment. She was on the cover, but she didn't really do anything. But we have to pay the price for being too hasty to fight against the 7-star. Which, I guess I do appreciate. Like, Nishi is setting up like, hey. Let's not get cocky. Let's not get cocky. And having the cyborg being the, you know, representation of if you fuck around, he will, like, destroy you. Now we have him kind of out, maybe, for most of the arc, unless he's going to do some crazy, like, left foot action, maybe. We tried to do a reveal on his thing. He could resist, but then Golconda got serious. His trial is a hide-and-seek and scavenger find. We have a witch here, which maybe is going to mean something. Like, in his trial. In his trial demonstration. You do see a witch. Is that, like, his previous witch? My theory is that he once was a good Majik that got corrupted. Basically, like, what would have happened if Chrono Weaver never found his wife? Maybe. Or something worse. Where he was pushed to the path, and he blames witches for that. Maybe he did have a good witch as his, you know, companion, but the Witches Association probably made a bad judgment call that got her killed and whatnot. Therefore, hey, fuck witches. Fuck them. So I do wonder if this is just a representation, or is there something deeper here? And the fact that, again, I don't know if this is his actual core or not that we've been seeing, but if it is, that's kind of crazy that he can make his trial around his, essentially his heart, his actual heart. I guess Majik trials be crazy like that, you know. They can make whatever rule they want, but damn. Also, we learned that Fujimai fears him for some reason. Oh. My camera. Okay. Oh, hold on. My side camera fell. Let me see. Okay, well, we're fine. Anyway, yeah, so Fujimai fears him. she seemed intrigued in him, which I guess maybe is her own coping mechanism. Like, yeah, I'm intrigued only because if I don't capture him, he's going to be a problem for me. Maybe. Okay. All right, let me read some chat. And then we'll go on to Iruma-kun. I do love the Karis switch up, though. Her personality is like, I'm ready to scrap. Never mind. Her personality is very memeage, and I do appreciate that. It is Gojo Satoru in a way. All right, I got a lot of Jancy. Let's do this. So we're talking about her green hair for Amadoro. Amadoro being the fourth character that has green hair, and she really said, y'all complained the highlighter yellow hair color for some reason, for some characters in Iruma, so I'm gonna give you highlighter green. Were people complaining about that? I haven't seen any, but okay. The fourth character. Who was the fourth? Obviously, Komagi. Fucking gyro. Komagi and Specca. Who's the other green hair person? Yeah, who's the other green hair? Specca, Komagi. Oh, fucking Christ. I literally... Dude, his existence is so minuscule. That is kind of back-to-back, though. Yeah, wait a minute. Because his color page also got revealed not too long ago. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, she really is, like, saying, here's some extra green. Here's some extra green. Sure. At first, I thought those orbs surrounding Amadoro were the Majik she's acquired because the colors and styles, but nope, they're just lollipops. That would be some shit, though, if somehow through magic, she can, like, keep her Majiks trapped in, like, a lollipop. That might be a weird sadistic thing, right, to do to them. But that would be kind of interesting if she could do that, like... All of them have a Majik at the center of those lollipops. Like, you can, like, taste the magic. Could be. Not a crazy idea. Okay. Oh, I know Love Joe is going to be pissed when Gokuraku comes back with his arms, which he just made. Oh, yeah, the mechanic girl. Well, guess what? That's an excuse for them to spend time together. Yeah. It's all part of the plan. Don't worry. Damn, Gokuraku keep losing his arms like Deku. Look, he's going to get, like, titanium super alloy Majik metal at some point. Don't worry about it, all right? He's also got to learn not to rush in. Nishi really said, get out of here, Gokuraku. This is Komagi's arc. I guess so, yeah. True. If we're going to really make this her arc, we have to start now really setting up, like, either all the characters that are, like, super strong and competent, they either have to now be taken out and or separated because we have a labyrinth themed, and because she's the strategist going into this, her strategies now have to matter because all these other factors are going to be relying on her, who's the only one that's going to be left up. So it's like, yeah, if we're going to make this her arc, she's setting the groundwork. It's like, oh, Gokuraku's now down. Oh, we have to go through the labyrinth legitimately to find 3 pieces. Oh, we have to deal with all these other things. Okay. All right, Nishi. Okay. If you're gung-ho for it, I'm ready. Make this her arc. This trial seems pretty Kogi coded, if you ask me. Sure. I mean, again, like, it has to do with planning. Planning and strategic running away. That's literally up her alley. Yeah, the scavenger hunt arc. Yes. So this is kind of be Ichi's version of the Harvest Festival arc in Iruma. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah. Kind of be Ichi's Harvest Festival in Iruma, because if you think about it, the Harvest Festival was basically a kind of scavenger hunt. Sure, yeah. Hey, a goat knows when to have a tactical retreat. True. Sun Tzu knows when to retreat in the Art of War. Also, 5 chapters until we hit the big 100. Yes, 5 more chapters. And because we're in this arc, if it's going to be Komugi's arc, if it's going to be her arc, I feel like she'll have something by the big 100. That's a big milestone, so there has to be something that comes from it. I assume maybe some Ichi stuff too, but I could see something. Maybe also, if it's not Komugi or Ichi related, we might get Hakari's backstory. We might get his backstory by then too, or like the beginning of it. Hakari's trial basically being a potential metaphor for brick. Yes. Again. Is this imagery, or is it literal? Like you're saying, you're fixing his broken heart. Why is it broken? How did it get broken? And whom is this fixing his broken heart? Oh yeah. I smell something cooking right now. So, I'm assuming some bad, tragic situation is what we're going to find out. Why he's just so, witches! I'm going to kill me some witches. Yeah. Oh yeah. For sure. Okay. Well, I mean, there's not too much to talk about. It was a sort of fight-oriented chapter, and some reveals. Good reveals, but some reveals. So now we must wait. Although, in a way, because we didn't do it Sunday, it's not going to be too long of a wait compared to normal. But that was Ichi the Witch. So if you were here now, or VOD Gang, hopefully you're doing well, VOD Gang, make sure to like the stream, comment, and subscribe, all that YouTube jargon, before you head out. Because now we are going into Iruma-kun. This is what I'm excited for. I'm excited for Hunter x Hunter, and Ichi was good, but I'm excited for this. I am excited because I want to know how the fuck are they going to round up their team. We're starting with Omri, which, of course, gotta get the future wife. But I need to get to the Misfit. The Misfit class chapter is going to be peak. It's going to be peak. Like, we're going to feel it right here, man. I'm telling you. Stay hydrated. Whew. Okay. So, this should be predominantly Carla and Omri just having, like, a sit-down conversation. I don't imagine there's going to be a lot of as, maybe outside of the beginning of this chapter. It should just be Carla. Carla and Omri are going to have a one-on-one. Potentially, because she is starting to have some recognition of her feelings now for Iruma, getting closer and closer to the big reveal. Hopefully, Nishi will not blue ball us after Iruma's freed and Omri has like a moment where it's like, and then runs away. It's like, please don't do that. Come on, this is the time. If Iruma is now revealing that he's a human, this is the time for Omri to get her feelings out. But tropes. But in this conversation, we could have something of another with her and Carla talking about their feelings for Iruma. That's what that is what I am predicting. So let's get into this, and then we're going into Hunter x Hunter, and then depending on the time, we might do some Chunex. We might do some. All right, I'm going to pin the chapter for you guys, and if you want the chapter, in the description, in the link for later for you guys, for VOD. Let's go. Chapter 455, Unforgettable. Bringing President Omri to our side may prove difficult. Are you sure? You sure? She's been adamantly pro Iruma for the long haul. Don't be so negative about that. Her father is Demon Border Patrol Chief of Security. Okay. All right, that's a good argument. I'm not sure she is the Not sure she has the wherewith to oppose her own father. You'd be surprised. A teenage girl disobeying her father? Have we never seen this one before? Trust me, I think it's going to be okay. For the person she likes too, it's okay. In fact, just like at the museum, she may end up positioned to lend Border Patrol her assistance. I get what you mean as, but like, come on now. Come on. I'll go talk to Scarlet Chan. Yeah. Let's go. Manga Dex. Please. There we go. All right. Sit down. Carla, what in the world happened? If something is bothering you, then Scarlet Chan. Dude, it's page 3. It's page 3. That's what I'm talking about. But damn, page 3. Do you love Iruma? Yo, come on. We're almost 500 chapters in. Iruma is a human. At least stay with your chest while Carla's here. Huh? What? Where does this come from? You just can't just out of nowhere like that. Damn. Fucking serious face by Carla. Like, she's been locked in for this entire conversation. Like, come on now. We ain't playing around. I ain't doing some Looney Tune shit right now. Yes, I love him. Not think about love. The full LOVE. But how's Carla gonna approach that subject? Is it like, is it friendship love? Is it camaraderie? Is it admiration? Or does she have some deeper, which I feel like she should, because she's a lot more mature than we give credit for. Well, have been getting credit for. Intimately, Yes, I love him. I respect Iruma, and I have great hopes for him. No, that's not what she means. I hope that's not what, like, Carla's like, no, it's not what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Has something happened with Iruma? Iruma got taken by Demon Border Patrol. Yep. By Border Patrol? But why? Well, Iruma, the truth is Iruma's human. This is, I feel like, not a shell shock, but kind of a realization that she was correct in all of her suspicions. She was, like, on the money. And the fact that now she's hearing the story, or this active story she heard about her mom with her dad, about her, I feel like now she's, like, super motivated. It's like, this is fate. Well, I'm gonna go do what my dad did. And then, Carla. Scarlet Chan. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, shit. I'm literally an idiot. I literally didn't see that the speech bubble was pointing towards Omri. I thought that was his Carla continuing her speech. Oh, okay. Well, still though, at the end of the day, proof that, someone else is about to say it is, I think, going to be important for her. Scarlet Chan, you knew how? No. It was just that I suspected it for a very long time. We want to get Iruma back. So I came to ask. No, fight! Oh, come on. Come on. This is your future husband. He would fight for you. You gotta fight for him. I'm sorry. It's all so much like a fantasy. I learned about my mother from my father. I learned about myself. I only just learned how difficult it is for a demon and a human to be together. And now, because the one I like is a human, he's being taken far away. It's almost as if fate is telling me to give up on Iruma. Fuck fate. Okay, I don't know about that. I feel like this is fate trying to tell you, hey, You have a chance to change history here. You know, Henry, you know, for all his worth, he couldn't keep her here. But you have a chance to change your family's legacy and to keep him here. That's what I would take from that. But we'll see. At the end of the day, she's not giving up on Iruma. That's literally, that'll be brain dead. They'll be like, wait a minute, where are we going with this, Nishi? Like, do the Carva fans have to get a second wind out of this? Faye is telling me to give up on Iruma. Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that. He's ingrained in you forever. To think of it, to think of it all as just a dream, forget it ever happened. Nah. He was real. He was real. Thank you. Jesus. Don't even try and scare me like that, Nishi. Trying to pretend for a second. Don't you dare even joke about it. Yeah, she's locked in, baby. Did she ever get promoted to rank 6? I don't know if she did or not, but a potential rank 6 demon is now ready to mobilize. We're good. We're good. We will not be backing down from anything. So I'm ready for this. Future wife and husband are about to kick some ass soon. Damn! Even Carla's like, whew, holy shit. Carla, if something like fate actually existed, and your fate demanded that you had parted from Iruma, what would you do? There we go. Damn. Hey, fuck. This is the good shit. This is the good art. This is like when someone opens up a old bottle of wine for a nice dinner. It's like, oh, this is a good occasion. When Nishi gets into her bag of, you know, the rough sketches like this, oh, that's how you know we're getting into some serious shit. I'd bite and tear and go wild and run right to wherever Irumachi is. I'd do the same. Yeah. The rivals, quote unquote, are ready. Birthplace, social standing, nothing that fate ordained can stop this feeling. Because we are the greediest of all demons. Oh, this also goes back to what we learned in the museum arc. Especially with Omri. Like, I'll go back to it at the end of it. But, yeah, this is like the female demons. They don't give up. They don't give up. I'll contact my father, and if he won't help us, then I suppose Azazel Omri will have to go through her first and most terrible rebellious streak. Yay. Yeah, see? Like, listen, the rules of society in the demon world are important, but they were made and they can be broken. And if it's for the right cause, of course, you're going to see a whole motion be moved. Henry, you can feel it. You can feel it. Your daughter's coming. Well, a twist of fate. I was so certain that I would never visit this place again. Where are we? Oh, is this the place that she was kept? Merze? Do we ever... We might have actually saw where it was located, but I don't remember it being, like, in a cave and shit. Oh, it is. It is. To think I would set foot here once more, and that once more I would see that miniature garden. True. And now you have to feel someone else's love being trapped here. Man's gotta go through PTSD with a human shut inside of it. That'd be crazy. Did she leave things in here? They probably would have gotten rid of it. That would be interesting. If there was some of her stuff left. Probably not, though. Yo, Henry, come on. Come on. Just like your daughter. Fuck fate. Who gives a fuck? Fate can kiss ass. You have a second chance to do what your society said was wrong. You have a second chance. You have a second chance, Henry. Take it. It's yours. Well, this was good. This is good. I foresaw all this coming. I was like, okay, we're gonna have a love conversation. Not the answer that I was thinking of, but hey, at the end of the day, that's how she's viewing it for right now. Fine, but Nishi, we're not done with this conversation. We'll put a pin on this. And of course, getting motivated after everything she's learned about herself and her family history, and thinking that fate wants her to give up after everything that they've been through. Well, fuck fate. She will fight through high hell and high water if it means to get him back, which is good. Good. Which, this should be a sign, after everything we've learned also with Henry and Sorichiro and all these other demons that know he's human. Like, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. The cravings, the blood, it does not matter. He is irreplaceable in so many people's lives. Thus, they will not view him as they're supposed to view him as. They'll just view him as him. He is him, and that's it. Like, I really doubt if we'll ever get, like, some misfit conflict with Iruma. I think we are well beyond that scope. Sobnok, maybe, but even then, I doubt that. I feel like he's just so Chadley of a character. He would be like, all right, he's a fucking human. Who, yeah? Is that gonna change anything? A rival is a rival, and he's rival-shaped. So, therefore, he's my rival. God damn, is this official art? People going crazy for Sobnok. Yeah. So, at the end of the day, I don't think Omri, the Misfit class, anyone that they're going to round up is going to be like, whoa, he's a human? I don't know, man. That's kind of crazy. No. Nope. No. Hell no. We are moving for Iruma. We will be moving for Iruma. Humans, who cares? Like, if we got the other two grandsons, I genuinely think even someone like Leggy would be like, yeah, he's a human. But, I mean, at the end of the day, he motivates people. He's inspirational for his school. And I can't deny, he's a curious fellow, so yeah, I would help him out. And Raspberry would just be like, fuck yeah, that's so stupid. I love that shit. He's a human. Yeah. So, good start. We are building momentum. More and more people should help him soon. We will gather our forces. We will be moving, if I can find the meme. Hold on. Let me find the meme. Let me find the invincible meme. Yes. Oh my god, it's so fucking stupid, but I love it. Yes. I promise you, we will be moving like this. Just replace Gramps, Sullivan for Asmodeus or fucking Mephisto. I promise you, we're going to be moving like this soon. We're moving, and no one's stopping us. All right, let me read some chat, and then we'll get into Hunter x Hunter. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's see. Carla maybe not be intelligent when it comes to academics, but she is highly intelligent when it comes to her emotions. Yes, she suppressed it for a long time, but she is very deeply rich with her feelings and other people's feelings. She just expresses it in simple ways, but it's still deep nonetheless. The fact that the first person she goes to is Omri's because she knew deep down she's just as important to Iruma as her and Az. Yeah, arguably, outside of the Misfit class, he has spent the most time with Omri, even on par with her and Az. So, yeah. As well as I think she also knows she loves Iruma. Yeah, again, they've had so many the girl sit down stuff, and she herself has had, this contemplation of what her feelings are for Iruma. Therefore, Scarlet Chan, let's have this conversation. I do think this conversation, it just regurgitated the same thing that we got from Omri. A little bit more, reassurance, but even still, it's kind of like, Omri, you know what she's trying to ask. You know what she's trying to ask. Respect. It's like the same thing like she told Iruma about his dreams back then. Like, these things are not the same thing. It's great to have them, but they're not the same thing. You can respect Iruma, that's fine. You can be hopeful about his future, but that's not love. That's not love. That's admiration. That is awestruck. However, love is something more. And yeah, she's young. She's young. She's going through her love phase right now, so she has to figure that out. But it's like, more, Omri. More. Okay. Omri has already taken her rank 6. Oh, is she a rank 6? I remember she did do a Scala. She passed. Then she wanted to apply for another one. I couldn't remember if she was rank 5, got 6, and then she was applying for 7, or she got 5, then became on the path to rank 6. Okay, so she wants to get rank 7. Fucking Christ, yo, damn, Omri, damn. Omri wants to be fucking rank 7 as a 3rd year? Oh, holy shit. Like, she's like 2 ranks away from Calgeo. I feel like the difficulty into 7 and 8 have to be like crazy. Like, Iruma is still at rank 5. 5.5. And that's after everything he did. So I feel like the difficulty has to be tremendous to get into rank 6. But yet Omri broke that barrier. So to get into rank 7, again, it has to be gradually getting higher and higher of an expectation. Both girls truly love Iruma, but they have different types of love. Omri's romantic, of course, but Carla at first thought she loves him romantically, but then she likes more of a familial. Yeah. Yep. With Henry going down to visit Iruma in the same containment area as Merze, makes me wonder if Henry's gonna tell Iruma about Merze and reveal that Omri's technically half human. Yeah, although she's mostly demon, supposedly. That's what the one girl said. But I'm now feeling suspicious. I'm feeling suspicious because her entire existence to this day has not been explained. So therefore, I don't know if I can trust her. Would she lie and be like, yeah, just to make sure we don't intermingle as much as we already have? Yeah, your daughter's mostly demon. Raise her as a demon. I feel, that would be some fucked up shit. But yeah, so she is technically half human, but on paper, she's supposed to be like nigh demon. But yeah, I feel like he should tell him. And again, it would be wild if there's like an old painting, something in here. But I feel like they would throw that shit away. But maybe not. Maybe there will be something in there. But this would be nice for Henry to be like, my daughter likes you, the same way I liked my wife that was once in here. So just, I don't know. Have a conversation. A conversation between these two is also going to be happening. And I'm hoping it's going to lead to Henry, again, just being like, all right, this is my second chance. I'm not going to fuck it up this time. I'm way stronger. I'm way more influential. I'm not going to let this go the same route. I would hope so. With this chapter as well, I definitely believe Henry is going to put his own position as head of Demon Border Patrol security on the line to help Iruma escape. I think that would be good. I think that would be a good journey circle, especially after his flashback, to be what he decided. He finally got into the position he always wanted, especially seeing the old Border Patrol chief, Calgeo's dad, use that position for corruption. But if his own position now cannot abide to help someone in need, human or otherwise, then guess what? That position now no longer matters. It shouldn't matter anymore than just wanting to help him out, especially given their circumstances. So yeah, I really hope Henry helps him out. Even if he has to pretend to be defeated by Omri, like Omri on some garp from Marineford of Luffy. I'm not gonna let you pass, Omri. I'm the Demon Board Patrol Chief. And then she's gonna punch him oh, you hit me. Oh no. Even that would be nice. He fucking throws the towel. Just, oh no. Wow, you really gotten strong. I can see that. I can see that too. But I really would like if he just genuinely helps out. We'll see. Because he wants Iruma and Omri to have a different outcome compared to him and Merze. Yeah, that would be the idea. That is the most cursed fan art I've ever seen. Nah, what do you mean? It's great. It's great. It takes Invincible and Demon School and meshes them together. This is peak. This is peak. Jancy, how can you hate this? This is telling the future of what's going to happen. Just ignore Sullivan unless he gets breaking out of prison. Ignore Sullivan, and all of this is basically facts. We're going to be moving differently, I promise you. Also, on top of all this, I just realized we have not gotten to Shibuya yet. She got a blood infusion from Iruma. That should matter. That should matter soon. I would think so. That's got to come into play. So we'll probably go see her soon. But yeah. Well, no, she was taking my border patrol, so she's in lockup. Yeah, she's in lockup. Actually, even further than that, where's our boy? Hello? Hold on. Where did our boy go? Wasn't he supposed to be by Iruma's side? Didn't he say, literally, I'm not leaving his side, so fuck off? Is he in the bubble? Is Opera in the bubble with him, or no? If he's not in the bubble, I'm surprised. I would be shocked. I would be shocked if he actually said, yeah, I'm going to leave him alone for 2 seconds. Where the fuck is... God damn it, just let Opera off the chain. Let him off the train. Let the fucking Wildcat just go. Just go crazy. Go stupid. But yeah, we're going to be moving. We're going to be moving differently. Soon. Soon. We will be moving. I mean, when Calgeo took his Scalia, he had to join the military. True. I feel like each Scalia not only has to progress difficulty in the challenge, but it has to probably grow socially. Okay, you have to make impact in society. Sure, that's the basic gist when you get to 5 and beyond. But the levels of it have to probably matter. Here's small citizenship for 5. Or not 5, 6. Here's quasi government work. 8 is militaristic work, because that will be cool. Because again, there's a war going on right now that we have no idea to this day what's happening. There's constant wars they're talking about, the battle in the north and the battle in the south. What the fuck's happening there? No idea. There's just a war. So maybe that's part of it. And then rank 9 is probably you have to help out with the 13th Crowns in some way. Directly help with the 13th Crowns. Resolve something. Yeah, I can see that. Then 10 is just Demon King, which I guess is hey, can you sway the entirety of the demon world to pick you? Something like that. Or some kind of election-based thing. Yeah. No, I hate it. What do you mean you hate it? We're moving! This is how we're moving! This is facts. This is just the future. You're not going to be hating this when we're going to be going through fucking Narnia's fucking office like this. When we all stamp in hey, Hand us Iruma. This will be peak. It's scary. That's the point. This is from the POV of Narnia, man. And Ball. This is Ball's POV. He's gonna get fucking scared. She gonna come in a break Iruma out? Of course. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, she almost died for him. Of course she will. I've seen the sneak peek pages that the magazine has released, so I know where Opera is. Okay, well, don't spoil me. But, yeah, speaking of cursed fan art, but yeah, my boy, Opera, you said you wouldn't leave. Well, yeah, quickly, I wanted to go back to the museum arc. They literally had, like, a whole conversation about this, and it goes into, you know, Omri and Iruma and, you know, all that stuff. Where? Did I go past it? No! Aw, what? Seriously? Isn't... Oh, that's right. Manga Dex is now doing this bullshit where you can't read it all now. You actually have, like, a limited search. That is such ass. Oh, no. Alright, it's like down here somewhere. No, that's Merzay. Hold on. Let me do by pages. Where's the goddamn thing they talk about? No, that's when he's beating up his brother. Where is it? It's like that one little dialogue where they talk about female demons. Fucking Christ. How? Where are you? Yeah, okay. I'm getting close. I'm getting close. Oh, yeah. Yes, here we go. Here we go. This was a good little, like, fight for them, too. Like, brawl. It was a good brawl. It was a good brawl chapter. More. I need more. Yeah, the invulnerable defense. Yeah, non-verbal magic. Yeah, doing some Full Metal Alchemist shit. That was really good. Fractoral. Why is it that I'm so excited? There we go. Here we go. There are a few female demons in the Netherworld. This may be so. There are a few demons in the demons in the Netherworld. This may be so. Male demons must compete for single females. Only the strongest surviving and strengthening the bloodline, or perhaps it's because considering with multiple male demons result in strong offspring. There are various such theories to explain it. There is also the other theory is to prevent female demons' hunting instincts from growing dull. Basically, females, they don't give up. They don't give up once they're locked in. So that from all the many male demons, she can find the strongest, smartest, and most notable and pursue him relentlessly until she catches him. Bloodline ability, yeah. She gets fucking activated. Once decided upon a partner, she will chase him to the ends of the earth. And there's that end of the earth fucking little dialogue right there. And inevitably catch him. And the pleasure is exactly what makes female demons stronger. Ideally. Yeah, they don't give up. And naturally, the more she loves her prey, the stronger she will. Yeah, so we're going to see some good shit. We are going to have an excellent time with Omri very soon. So yeah, she wasn't going to let him leave? You think she's going to let her prey leave? She will invade the human world. She will find a way to go if that was the case. Yeah, she's ready. She and Carla are ready. But her specifically, she's going to be on the hunt. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. That was good. That was good Iruma-kun reading. I'm going to keep this website open because we might have some time. We might have some time to read Chun X. But no promises. But I'll keep this. I'll keep it open. Okay. Excellent, excellent, excellent Iruma-kun time. Now it's time for Hunter x Hunter. It's Hunter x Hunter time. Get your snacks, get your reading glasses, everything you need, because we're gonna be deep diving. Because I see the freak of nature, the fourth prince on the first page, so I can already tell this is gonna be an intensive chapter. Oh man, I'm ready. But yeah, if you were here for Iruma-kun, thank you guys for stopping by. We'll get to the new chapter on Sunday. Let's do this. We knew he was not dead, obviously. That's the whole point. But I wonder what is his plan. How is he going to adapt from here on out? And on top of that, he learned from Benjamin's own fucking mouth that, oh, Zetsu is holding back his other nen abilities. So you know what that means. Yeah, Zetsu's helping him, but he's probably going to turn that off for a little bit soon. And he's going to have a power-up, because he has his Hatsu ability that is a Nen Beast that we haven't seen jack shit do yet. And that's probably going to do some OD stuff. But to do that, he needs to actually tap into it. That's probably going to be part of this chapter. Or something that's leading up from this chapter. Outside of this, I think we have what? 3? 2 more chapters after this one? So we're getting down to like the wit end of Hunter x Hunter content for at least a little bit. Hopefully it's not going to be too long of a wait, but it is Togashi, so we shall see. But yeah, this batch chapters have been amazing. They have just been heating up the confrontation, which I feel like is something Togashi just has to do because we've just been here way too long. Okay. Chapter 418. Hypothesis. Oh, he's thinking. He's using his noodle. That's a scary sign. Enter Zetsu. Sorry. Enter Zetsu, then close my eyes. Or enter Zetsu while my eyes are closed. Is that the same thing? Hold on. Enter Zetsu, then close my eyes. Or enter Zetsu while closing my eyes. Enter Zetsu, then close my eyes. Or enter Zetsu while closing my eyes. I guess you can argue, as long as you get Zetsu up first, once you close your eyes, that could be the triggering of the ability. Like, Netero's ability is to make the full motion and to end off with the clap, with the prayer. That's like the final activation, though. Like, this is all part of the process, but the actual activation of the Buddha statue was primarily for his hands to clap. And then, of course, I don't need two hands to pray. The zero hand type shit. But for him, it's not, I guess, necessarily the Zetsu, but the Zetsu is a big component of it. The main activation, like the gun, a gun is composed of a lot of moving parts and mechanisms, but at the end of the day, there are two main facets. It's the trigger, and then it's the firing pin. You can pull the trigger, but if the firing pin does not activate the bullet, the gun is not going to work. So Zetsu in this case is the trigger. You can squeeze the trigger first, obviously, and then the firing pin is ultimately going to release the bullet. But in his case, he's saying, enter Zetsu, then close my eyes. Or enter Zetsu while closing my eyes. He's almost like saying, like, squeezing and having the trigger or having the firing pin simultaneously go at the same time. Even though it's like technically by like milliseconds. It's trigger, then firing pin. But you get the idea. You get the idea. He's trying to make it, like, seamless as possible for his ability. Dude, it's just the first panel. It's the first panel, and I'm already deep diving into this. God damn. I love you, Togashi. Either way, the ability activates. I see a vision up till 10 seconds into the future. Yeah. So regular time happens, but he's already 10 seconds into the future. While I'm seeing those 10 seconds, only in an instant passes in reality. And I'm sorry, hold on. How do you say this again? Fuck. My dumbass, I can't pronounce this.
Ephemeral.
Ephemeral, that's how you say that.
Ephemeral.
Ephemeral means lasting for a very short time. Brief. Let's just say brief. But ephemeral is how you say that. While I'm seeing those 10 seconds, only an instant passes within reality. A brief 10 seconds that everyone around me perceives to only as a blink of an eye. So he's losing no time in reality, but in his world, he has 10 extra seconds that counts for like a second, really, in real time. That's crazy. So if he could like extend his time, it would mean probably in real time, it would be like an additional second. Oh, man. So, again, barely anything will happen in real time, but if he can find a way to extend his timer in his vision world, he could get so much done. Right after my 10-second vision, if I open my eyes, those 10 seconds I saw start playing out in real life. So he's like, so Togashi's reaffirming the ability. After a lot of testing, the rules I've confirmed so far. Here we go. Here we go. Buckle your seatbelt, folks. We have some Togashi writing. Number 1. I can't change anyone else's situation from the foreseen future. So it's just him. This ability is just for him to change his fate. Very self-important, which makes sense for someone of his stature. Changing their location or their posture is impossible. They will continue as if they're like wax figures, including their clothes and hair. So hold on. That means he himself cannot use that 10 seconds to attack someone, per se. He can position himself to get ready to attack them and dodge, but he himself cannot inflict damage. Oh, shit. So, in a way, that's kind of different from Diavolo, King Crimson. He can't do damage in the future. He's not Yuha Baha. He cannot set traps in the future. He can't do that. Okay. That makes sense. That's a good nerf. That's a really good nerf. So he cannot attack in the future. He can't do that. Thank goodness. I mean, if that was the case, then yeah, we would just be fucked. We would genuinely be fucked. But to be fair, this is still a crazy ability to fight with. They will continue like if they were wax figures, including their clothes and hair. I can't even play dirty, like slipping something into their clothes. He can't interact with anyone. 2, I can change the locations and states of objects. What the fuck? I can change locations and the state of objects but I wasn't able to use anything to directly hurt and or mess with or doodle on anyone. So, okay, again, reaffirming he cannot hurt anyone in the 10-second future. He can move objects, though, so that's fascinating. So, if he was like Corollo, because Corollo had a whole conversation about this. Let me pull that up real quick. Corollo, during his fight with Hisoka, he makes a note about Nen users and their mindset on how they activate and set conditions for their abilities, especially if it has rules against living beings. And essentially, what Corollo reveals, although I guess in hindsight, I guess it's not the craziest reveal, it's just reaffirming that Corollo is not a pleasant fellow. But he essentially confirms that if you have the mindset to view people as objects, you could like circumnavigate a lot of Nen abilities. And or if you're someone like Corollo, let me save this. This is actually the V5 chapter. What chapters was this? This was 346. I want to save that. That's actually a important chapter. When was the fight? 351? Excellent. Okay. 351. He makes... Oh, God, I love this fucking cover. It's so good. Yeah, he makes a denotion somewhere in the middle of this fight. It's when he was using a opponent's Nen ability and how they have like an old rule on how to use it. But because he took it, he can change, or I'm sorry, I think he wanted to change the ability, but because he took the ability, he can't reaffirm the ability. Yeah, here we go. I think it's this one. I think it's the Sun and Moon one. The Sun and Moon paired destruction. But where's the book? Yeah, that's right. He introduced the bookmark. As you can see, it uses both hands. The mark of the sun is impressed with the left hand and the moon to the right. When the mark touches each other, they explode. I just marked the judge's left hand and back. The marks themselves can be made in an instant for maximum effect. I need to touch the target for 3 seconds to 5 seconds. An instant mark will result in a small blast, but a completed bomb can blow away nearby people to smithereens. I gained this ability back home in Meteor City. No, it's not this one. There's one ability he talked about. Yeah, he has a bookmark. He has a fucking bookmark. He talks about it somewhere here. Yeah, so essentially in this fight, at least at this point, he's technically using 4 abilities. He's using the bookmark, his ability to store and release things, and then, I guess, technically, Sun and Moon count as 2 different Nen abilities, which is crazy. Can I nitpick the bookmark ability on the bookmark? The bookmark, the ability on the bookmark page, and the ability on the open page, wouldn't that make it triple, not double? In that case, the book itself would make it quadruple. Oh, yeah, they were talking about hypotheticals right there. The bookmark, so basically, it's an ability to use 2 stolen abilities at once. I only have 1 bookmark, by the way. Being able to make a combo of 2 abilities is powerful, but the true advantage of the bookmark is not having to hold the book open. True. Skilled hunters require me to use the hold the book with my right hand when I'm convinced. But when I stole the ability that required both hands, I was forced to make some adjustments. Now I have more annoying conditions to deal with, but I find that combination quite effective. Yeah. I can only use one ability with both hands open freed, but it's still wonderful. With this in mind, I'll show you 3 more abilities. Yes, wonderful and annoying. You're setting a new record. All right, let me see. Where's the thing that he talks about? People compensate by... Yeah, here we go. All abilities have strengths and weaknesses. People compensate by getting creative. They may keep their abilities secret or pick their abilities very carefully and fight as a team, for example. In addition, I can acquire more abilities as I need them, and then I wait until the conditions for sure victory. They're pretty standard. My greatest pleasure. Blah, blah. Shalnark's black voice, right? Humans are strange creatures. To me, okay, here we go. The cell phone can observe people's memories autonomously and only 2 people at a time. The stamp can manipulate many, but I can't give complex commands. So this is the phone, humans and puppets get controlled together as if they were one. The bookmark keeps this in place. You've seen this before. Gallery fake, divine left hand, demonic right hand. Yeah. Humans are strange. To me, a corpse and a puppet are similar inanimate objects, but not to the former owner of the stamp. A corpse cannot be controlled, but it can be copied. Yeah. So he goes on a whole dialogue spree about how human nature defines a limitation to our Nen. So, cuz Carollo is a very fucked up individual, if he kills someone, that person's not a person anymore. They are a object. Their corpse is an object. It's not a person. If you were more fucked up, which I feel like Cyrenik is, I'm surprised that he even views people when they're alive as people. So that's an interesting mindset into him, because I could have sworn he would have not. But that may also then go into his planning, where if he can kill his opponent and then go 10 seconds into the future, he could do something with their bodies, potentially. Anyway, let's continue. I can change the locations and state of objects, but I wasn't able to use anything to directly hurt, mess with, or doodle on anyone. I can't take something someone was already holding, but I can get ahead of them and take something they were about to pick up. In that case, they continue acting as if they actually picked up the said object. Right, because you're rewriting history. So, like, if I try to grab a pen, I grab the pen. I physically feel like I grabbed that pen. But because he did 10 seconds into the future, I look, the pen's not in my hand because he took the pen. He was already 10 seconds ahead of me. Time. It's 2.9 seconds, sir. Damn it. I hit a plateau and I can't reduce my time any further. Didn't he get to 4? I tried to see if I could, or I'm sorry, not 4. Get to 1? I tried to see if I could intentionally direct a sequence of events before I start the brief 10 seconds to create a specific future I want to see. But it's not working well. Bring me some water from the fridge. Yes, sir. He's practicing his future sight. Here you go. Thanks. Yes, sir. Right away. Takes the order. Goes to get the water. He tries to get it. He gets the water himself. He believes he's actually getting it. Here you go. There was only 1 left in the fridge. I'll go get some more. He thinks he gave me the bottle that was in the fridge. That means my ability was working normally. But when I tried to put the line, get some water inside the brief 10 seconds to it doesn't work. Okay, interesting. Hold on. This is Togashi at his finest right now. So he gives the order before activating the ability. Bring me some water from the fridge. He does that. Activates his Zetsu. Sees the future 10 seconds ahead. Sees that he's going to get him water. He's going to give him. He says thank you. Vision's over. He then moves ahead. Gets the water himself. He's like almost like a zombie, not realizing or can't even tell that he's already doing said action. He goes over, plays out that future, genuinely believes he's got it. Here you go. Even though he's no longer in that position and he has the water. There was only one left in the fridge. I'll get some more. He thinks he gave me the one bottle that was in the fridge. That means my ability is working normally. But when I try to put the line, get me some water, inside the brief 10 seconds, it doesn't work. Okay, so he's trying to like command him even further in his 10 seconds, is I guess what he's trying to do right here. So he's trying to double tap his commands. So before activating the ability and inside the ability, he can't do that. No matter how hard I try myself, I tell myself, I'm going to tell Slaviko to get me some water and close my eyes. I don't see a future in which I say that. Okay. I guess that means there's a limit to how much I can bend the future to my will. Good. Okay. All right. Togashi, even limiting this ability. Impressive. So my ability has the restriction that it can only let me see what happens after something I've already done for real. Well, it's only level 1. I can't ask for much. I'm sure this is an ability that will expand the more I use it. True. If you dedicate yourself to it, yeah. Slavko still thinks I'm there after the 10 seconds has passed in reality. This is because I've maintained my Zetsu this whole time. Oh, okay. So if he keeps his Zetsu up, again, he's going to perceive that he's in front of him, but he's at the back of him. So as long as he keeps his Zetsu up but doesn't activate the ability, they're just going to perceive his existence is where they believe it is. But then here's the question. How long is that going to act? Because if he keeps his Zetsu up for a prolonged period of time, well past the activation period, are they going to see a future? Is he going to see them interacting in a future that never happened? Like, he is going to walk off to get more water after he handed it to the fourth prince. The real fourth prince is watching over here. And then all of a sudden, Slaviko pulls out a gun and shoots the prince. If he takes off his 10 seconds, does he go back over there? Or does he stay over here and in a way he sees more of the future? That would be my question. Like now we're interesting like a secondary potential future sight. This is because I maintained my Zetsu this whole time. That one time my Zetsu got interrupted by the hunter melody. Without that, I might have been able to watch what Theta would have done, still thinking that she shot me. Okay. Which also is important, that other hunter abilities can in fact infect him Once he's done from his vision quest, once he's done the vision quest for 10 seconds, he comes back into the Zetsu state. Other abilities can affect him. So that's going to be important for later. Yo, Lupin, what's up? My take on this ability is that he creates a clone of himself, and that clone is a ghost until he exits Zetsu. And, excuse me. And at that point, the original disappears, and the ghost becomes the original. That's some funny... Dude, that's some funny Valentine shit. I like that, though. That's pretty clever. Like, he's making a copy of himself until the original gets deleted, and then the copy becomes real. That's actually not a bad take. That's not a bad take. But then the question is, how long can, let's say, this clone exist while the original is playing out that action that is not going to happen? That would be my question, because if he can just maintain Zetsu for like a day after he does his 10 seconds, what happens? Is he seeing more of an alternate timeline? Is he, once he turns it off, going to be in that situation? Or is he going to avoid that? Because in a way, it's like you're having two future sites then. Togashi must have seen the Prestigious? What? Let me see. What is this? To me, it makes me think of JoJo's Part 7. What is this? Prestigious is a 2006 sci-fi fiction psychological thriller set in Victorian London. The film stars Hugh Jackman. Period thriller set in Edwin, London, where two rival magician partners until tragic death of the assistant during a show feud bitterly after one of them performs the ultimate magic trick, teleportation. His rival tries desperately to uncover the secret of his routine, experimenting with dangerous new science as his quest takes him to the brink of insanity jeopardizes the lives of others. Okay, so I guess there's some like weird duplication magic, I guess, going on here. I never heard of this. 2006. Hugh Jackman, Christian Bale, Michael Caine, Scarlett Johansson, and Dave. Okay, I might have to watch this later. Yo, what? I never heard of this. Yeah, I'll definitely watch this later. But okay, I like that take though. That's not bad. That's not bad. Like, he's making a clone through his Nen, which will then become real upon him disactivating Zetsu, or maybe it also deactivates if the real one dies in a scenario, and then he has to immediately leave his Zetsu. That might be the case too. The movie, one of Nolan's best movies. I'll see. I've seen a couple now, but okay. Interesting. If I had kept my Zetsu, what would have Theta done? Drinks the water. Well, no point in speculating now. Throws the water bottle. Hits him. So does he feel that? He feels that now that he's no longer in the Vision Quest. Also, he looks... I mean, we know he's evil. But, like, he looks, like, extra fucking evil here. Like, Jesus, God, man. There's so much malice in this motherfucker's, like, existence that, again, I'm very shocked that he inherently doesn't have a subset rule that allows him to view people as objects. I'm shocked. I'm very, very shocked. This is because I've maintained my Zetsu this whole time. That one... Okay, yeah. So he threw that. He felt that. So I think also another rule is until he disactivates Zetsu, until maybe his original dies, or until he interacts, even in Zetsu, with the real world, he does not make his presence known. Like the chameleon dude, in a way. If he interacts in any way, it's immediately undone. That could be another weakness too. Whether the door stays open or closed, as long as I continue in the Zetsu, okay, maybe not. Hold on. Whether the door stays open or closed, as long as I stay in Zetsu, this guy in the living room, just like Solvik here, will keep thinking I'm in training. Whatever I do while I'm in Zetsu goes unnoticed. Really? So, wow, that's crazy. So, again, it's like he's seeing another future. Because, again, if he sees this guy pop him in the head, what happens? That's like essentially you're seeing I guess it's not a future per se, but it's like you're seeing an alternate timeline right now. An alternate presence is happening. This is Funny Valentine. This is now Funny Valentine. We went from King Crimson to D4C. A simultaneous presence is happening right now. You just made this ability more disgusting. Until he disactivates Zetsu, he can also see another scenario basically happen. You can see another trick up his sleeve. And in a way, you may also see what you can oh, wow. So, with this ability and this condition, you can see what they're going to do to a you that's right there. But at the same time, you can also see because if you're smart enough, which Hunter x Hunter characters are, you can then also theorize, okay, he's taking out his knife and he's going this way. That means I must have done something that must have gone the other way. Therefore, I know not to do that. Like, he can think of a way to understand what he was doing in that situation to have him pull out a gun and try to fire on him. So then he's like, okay, why would I make him, or how could I make him fire a gun on me? Oh, I must have done something like this. So therefore, I won't do that. Dude, that's crazy. That's crazy. In his original died, and he didn't exit Zetsu, so no. I guess so. Well, he died in the vision. We'll go back. Fuck it, we'll go back now. See, dude, this is why I said maybe we might do X. Maybe we'll do X. There was no promises. Because this was a Fourth Prince chapter. Yes, I am absolutely, positively gonna have to analyze this goddamn chapter. I knew I was gonna fucking go into this chapter. I knew I was. Let's see. What chapter was this? Ugh. All right, 416? No, it can't be 416. No. What was the chapter that all this happened? 385, somewhere around there. Okay, so 385. Let's go there. Let's continue the Zetsu training. His beast is there. And then once he focuses on his Zetsu, the thing goes away. Yep. Just them. Fires. Opens up his eyes. So we see that. So then in that instance, he probably was out of his 10 seconds, or maybe even shorter than 10 seconds. Saw the future, came back down, and now is still in Zetsu, so he might be somewhere nearby. She pulls out the gun, and then he's already moved. He gets shot. None of these things happen. He's somewhere like over here. And then, hey, what's up? So potentially, yes. If when he opened his eyes, he's already outside over here and then gets affected by Melody's power, yes, you're correct. You're correct. I gotta go back to the chapter where he, like, analyzes the ability. Close your eyes, focus on your Zetsu. But I use, unless I gradually close my nodes, starting from my extremities, it'll be uneven. It really is hard to shut down the whole body's aura in one go. What in the world's this? There's something on your left shoulder. Okay, start. That was a bit unfair. Theta Deer, the enemy will be harsher than that. Focus. A dream. What was that? I lost sight of, I lost Zetsu. I lost Zetsu. There's something on your left shoulder. Huh? Theta, was anything different about me just now? Right, so it was like not a full 10 seconds, I guess. Are you listening? The enemy will be harsher. It's the same thing she said in the dream. That wasn't a dream. Yes, Theta thinks back to the... I'll try it again. There was a static moment that I closed my eyes and about Zetsu. If my ability, the dream lasts for about a moment, it will take place in less than the blink of an eye. Right. I can't move 10 seconds. It will keep going if I can continue Zetsu. Does it end here? No, it still goes. Something's different. I can now move. Time is advancing. I can feel it. I can feel Theta in front of me. But the one in the vision is 10 seconds from now. The 10 seconds right after I activated Imperial 10 seconds. It shows that 10 seconds into the future. Once the moment has passed, I keep seeing the 10 seconds into the future. If I am right in 10 seconds, Theta will move in real time. A cup, get that. Drop. My Zetsu continues. Price, fine. I'll do whatever you want. From his POV, she tossed a ball of aura. I'm still in Zetsu. Maybe I'll open my eyes and talk to her. If I remain in Zetsu and close my eyes again, will it restart? So yeah, what we see in the recent chapter is saying when his eyes reopen, he's in a Zetsu state, but he didn't activate the ability to go back in to the 10 seconds. So he opens his eyes. She sees me with my eyes closed. She sees me with my eyes closed. The 10-second gap will reset. Theta Deer, how do you feel about me? That was fun. Oh. Yes, I continue. Zetsu, I can do for several. I'll go as far as I can. Theta, what are you doing? Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be that. Yep. Shoots. Opens his eyes. Moves out the way, but then she continues to shoot, and then he activates. So yeah, I guess, okay. If that is the case, then yeah, in this alternate reality, as long as he stays in Zetsu, he can have the real one die and then just come back whenever he wants. That's crazy. That's nasty. I'm sorry. That's a nasty ability. They will genuinely believe he is dead. And he could keep his Zetsu up for like a day. And then he'll just reappear. But again, if he plans this out correctly, where it's like, oh, I'll have a me that's around for an entire day, but it's not me. I'm watching a me that doesn't exist because I'm the copy, but really I'll be the original soon enough. You're basically getting like 2 visions. You're getting like 2 visions for like the price of 1. That's a crazy power. I'm sorry. That really is. And he has another Hatsu ability. I need to figure out how far my ability goes. For now, I know for sure that all of room 1004 is under my ability's influence. Oh, he thinks there's a range. Ew, interesting. I feel like the Nen Beast stands at the point where I activate. So he is aware. He is aware of his beast. Like a antennae, it affects a spherical area around it with a radius of X. Okay, so he's aware of his 666 motherfucker. He's at the center of a radius, or he's at the center of a sphere with a radius of X. However, whatever X is, we need to figure out like the radius, how far. Then we'll know the entire diameter of the sphere. This is probably why the farther I get from the starting point, the more I get the horrible static in my ears, similar to a bad reception. The zit over here, the zit that he was like hearing. So if he's next to his Nen Beast, he gets like a perfect clear vision. Oh, wow. It is a boosting Nen, or a Nen creature. Wow, holy shit. So the me, in quote, oh wow, okay, this diagram is crazy. Yo, Togashi, you're a fucking crazy dude. So, his creature, his actual Hatsu ability is in the center of a sphere. He's the Wi-Fi router for his ability to become crystal clear. The further away he is from the router, he gets less signal. His clone is halfway between him and his creature. The clone being the one that exists in the fake reality that is ongoing. But then he's just standing off to the side. He is there. That's what the one person is thinking in this illusion. This is probably why the further I get away from the starting point, the more I get a horrible static in my ears, similar to a bad reception. Okay, so what's the benefit of getting closer, though? Does he get a better vision? If I leave that area, he's gone. So is that another way of activate or deactivating his Zetsu? If I leave this area, I get too far away from my Nen Beast, and the spell is broken. The Imperial 10 seconds. The world continues after it disappears and reverts back to reality. That's my current hypothesis. So even if he continues his Zetsu, if he leaves his sphere of influence as well, that also deactivates the illusion. Okay. Interesting. So is he gonna become like Neferopito? He's just gonna have a massive... Oh god. Yo, oh no. No. Oh, we just had a conversation about this a couple chapters ago. Brother, imagine. God forbid he learns N. Oh. Or like his creature could like somehow mimic N. Like Neferopito type N. If he could learn N, with like his like Hatsu creature, we're fucked. Because then he could just have a massive radius to use this ability. Oh, good heavens, please no. Dude, I'm only on page 5. Fuck. If this is true, an outside observer won't be affected by my ability. Oh, really? Oh, that's so... Dude, the weaknesses, man. The weaknesses that we're introducing, and yet the advantages, too, are crazy. So if you're outside of his dome, like WandaVision, if you're outside of the dome, you can see what actually is happening. So this creature is just an amplifier? Really? Huh. It must do more than that, because all this is just to help his Zetsu future sight. But I feel like this creature has to do something with the signal. Like, him getting closer to his creature has to add a net benefit to it. My power only works within the limited field of X. So did he get his creature and his Zetsu ability at the same time? Well, I just need to use this power to change reality. I will become king and make the entire world mine. I mean, right now, your world is however big it is. So, if you're like Nobunaga, you may not have a big world right now. But, yeah, he wants to make the fucking universe his. Special martial law has been declared. Special martial law has been declared. So, okay, now he's out. He's now out. Now we're back to reality. Thank you, God. It's perfect. Not even a sudden alarm disrupts my Zetsu. Oh, he's not out either? Wow. He's blessing God. Like, yes. I'm so good that not even an alarm. Not even the sudden alarm can disrupt my Zetsu. My Zetsu is unshakable, but any unexpected outside stimulus besides pain. So if he does get hurt, which we know Nen can affect him, therefore he should be affected by pain. Like, if something collateral, like an explosion just happens randomly behind him, even if he has the clone situation, even if he's in the dome, if an explosion happens and it hits him, the real him, his illusion comes undone. Yeah. Okay. So, to undo the illusion, primarily is him just not having his Zetsu activated, and or him leaving the barrier. But then on top of that, if you're outside the barrier, he's hypothesizing you can see the real him. You can see through the illusion. Okay. And of course, extra pain and stimulus will have his Zetsu come undone. Not even a sudden alarm can disrupt my Zetsu. My Zetsu is unshakable by an unexpected outside... My Zetsu is unshakable by any unexpected outside stimulus besides pain. If I bump into something, I'm gonna lose my Zetsu. Using dissociation to reduce my sensitivity to pain was incompatible with Zetsu. That means Zetsu is a technique that erases your presence while heightening all your senses. That's actually an interesting way of looking at that. So you're most vulnerable to stimulus in this. Your Highness. So again, they're talking to an illusionary fourth prince. So this is the prince that got... This is... So... Wow. Okay. So this was their prince being talked to just before he got crushed by Benjamin. Wow. So that entire time he was actually not even there. Your Highness, I've mastered Zetsu stability. Now all I need is speed. Dear God, I am grateful for myself. That's... Yo, this man... The first prince's guards are demanding we open the door. Again, they're talking to a different prince right now. If we don't respond, they'll force their way inside. Again, I feel like this is an interesting scenario because you're literally seeing a clone of yourself, so you can learn from yourself. He looks over. Zetsu, release. Leave them until they force their way in. So they're right there. They're walking. So does he, like... he takes the place of his clone. But with Zeta, his clone was there on the ground, but he was behind her. But do as I say. Put all your weapons in one place and surrender. Keep your hands up and don't resist no matter what. Hurry. Yes, sir. Savako, yes, sir. Give me your gun. I'm about to die, but I'll tell everyone exactly what you saw. So he's that explains also why he wanted to get the gun, because he needed to prep himself. He needed to prep himself before going into his 10-second mode, but also his prolonged Zetsu state. Okay. So he saw the gun. Yo, Togashi, every time we get one of these chapters of the Four Prince, it's so fucking spectacular. Wow. I didn't even need to provoke him with this gun. I figured he roughed me up a bit more before finishing me off. Yeah, no. Benjamin said, fuck you. I'm going to kill you on sight. So again, he's seeing everything take place on the sideline. Sheesh. Well, I knew he hated me. He's in a hurry because he has to finish the whole thing and kill the rest of the princes now that he used up his ace in the sleeve. Again, he talked about Zetsu. I want to see his reaction. That pisses me off. Spend more time on me, you idiot. If I continue Zetsu in here, I'll stay dead. Everyone affected sees me with my head blown apart. But, again, how big is your range? Hypothetically, how big is your range? Because once they step out, potentially they could see you. But my Nen Beast uses my aura as fuel. While I'm in Zetsu, it consumes the aura it stored up previously. Interesting. So, you need to learn how to store properly, too. Once that's spent, the Nen Beast loses its power, and thus the field will disappear. So in this chapter, they are just confirming that the Nen Beast is just to make the field. I thought I was going to give him a different ability, but it's just making a field. But maybe also, again, the Wi-Fi signal is going to be important, too, where if he gets closer to the center, does he get a boost to his future sight? Maybe? But also, I guess that is kind of sad. I guess, no, Togashi's giving this guy, like, crazy things. Like, I guess in the long run, he already has, like, the one truth-lying beast, and then he has this crazy future sight that he can prep and do stuff with. If he were to have another beast to give him a different ability that's, like, pure offensive combat stuff, I guess that'd be just too much. That'd be just too much. So this beast is just a Wi-Fi signal. Kind of sad, but at the same time, we're still seeing, like, it's crazy helpful right now. Once that's spent, the Nen Beast loses its power, and the fuel will disappear. How long its battery lasts should be proportional to the time I've spent outside of Zetsu. Interesting. Okay, so if you go a prolonged period of time in Zetsu, turns off because of the timer, you try to reactivate your Zetsu, the field may not activate. So he has to also be aware of a timer of absorption. Say the Nen Beast charges with, let's say the Nen Beast charges with a ratio of 11 to 1. That's what I've been using to balance my training and time spent testing things out. And if the Nen Beast started charging when I first noticed said ability, it'll last about 3 hours and 48 minutes, give or take. Really? It's been 3 hours and 48 minutes since he got this ability with Melody? I could have sworn a day passed. It's not a good idea to linger here in Zetsu for too long. In fact, I should bail ASAP. So he actually wants to get out of Zetsu. That way the timer can last longer for more duration. If that idiot realizes my death was fake, Salvico will be interrogated first, at least. I doubt the order, don't open the casket, would fly during the succession battle. But as long as that idiot thinks he killed me, nobody will try to open the casket. I guess so. True. Basically, your plan hinges on, as long as they're still in your field, they shouldn't see anything. But if they get outside of your field while you still activate it and they see you, you're fucked. And then if you prematurely disactivate your Zetsu, you're also fucked. So he has to basically time his deactivation of Zetsu, how long is he outside of Zetsu to recharge the beast, and then his radius within the field and his surroundings. Damn. Lots of strategic planning here. This is setting up for a crazy final fight between him, Kurapika, and Chrollo, in my opinion. Once the casket is safely delivered to Dad, he'll understand that this is my strategy. Damn, he's really assuming his dad's gonna get this. Understand that this is my strategy, maintain neutrality, and he will refuse to put publicity to admit anything. On the other hand, he won't cover for me if any princess tries to verify my own death. Yeah, neutral. After I deactivate my ability, people would be under the impression that I've been executed by that idiot for maybe a few days at most. An hour minimum. I can't afford to waste any time, so still, I'll have to move very carefully. Once I leave this room and reach the limit of my antennae, my ability will deactivate. If I run into any of my people or those idiots who think I'm dead, I'll be done for. I have to anticipate their movements and avoid any of their routes. So that's also another thing. His antennae is a fixed area. It's a fixed zone. It doesn't move with him. He cannot move it. So once he activates it in an area, it's in that area. So he also has to... Damn, there's actually a lot of negative things that you have to... Like, if you're not intellectual, this ability is actually, like, ass. This ability is ass and a hindrance. You have to be cautious, strategical, malicious even, to get this done. But you can't be hasty. You can't be hasty. And you have to have a good foundation of your reserves, your own skill sets and whatnot, to really make this ability utilized appropriately. This is why Togashi's the best in the business when writing powers like this. So they are still taking the body. Oh yeah, I better prepare a will. And I can't leave the coffin empty. I guess I can stuff it with some guns. The weight of the body, the smell of the blood and guts. How could this be an illusion? Yeah, again, like that's what he was saying in real time. So while they're taking his body out, almost like he's in the Speed Force, he's writing a will and preparing fake weights for the coffin. I desire no funeral, nor a posthumous naming ceremony, nor a send-off. I reject all viewing requests. My sole desire is for an honest, truly unified country. Yo, fucking bullshit. Signed, the Four Prince Sarainik of the Kakin Empire. The reason for no viewing is due to the inclusion of the clause in case he was killed by the first prince. In that case, it was expected that the body would be managed, would be mangled beyond recognition. The casket will remain closed to preserve the dignity of said deceased. Smart. Oh boy. It wouldn't have been pretty if those guys brought in the casket had stayed. I thought I understood if my hypothesis was wrong, it would be fatal. I hadn't found out yet whether anyone comes in from the outside after the ability's activated would be brought under the spell. That's also a good point too. If someone sees him from the outside and recognizes where he actually is, when they come in, are they going to see the fake clone, or are they only going to see him? Better work on that too. He loved his country and chose a difficult path for the benefit of its people. We must respect the wishes of the prince and let him go in peace. That's crazy. So they can't view his actions. It's even better than the chameleon dude, because they're literally not seeing him open up a casket. Wasn't there something you could have done to save him? If only you had shielded him with your own body. True. Things could have gone differently. Isn't that right, Slavico? Fourth Prince. Don't be insane. First Princeman Benjamin will have just one less round, and there would be one more body to deal with. With all due respect, who is he promoting himself to, this bastard? Where were you in all of this when it went down, right? Careless conduct during martial law is prohibited, as it could present the subject to uncertain danger. Furthermore, the first prince fired his weapon right after entering the room, meaning it was impossible to respond. That's not what I'm saying. What else is there? You just want to pick a fight. Shoots a gun. I assume he's shooting at the old man. But again, so as long as he's in Zetsu, his situation cannot be perceived, but at the same time, they're not gonna get killed. So whether it's the future that he's seeing, or in this continuous Zetsu state after the future, he can't physically hurt people. He can prepare, but he can't hurt people. We need to focus. See, this is why I also felt like his other beasts should have been combat oriented, but okay. We need to focus on fulfilling our duty in the royal army. That's what the fourth Prince Cyrenik would have wanted us to do. Again, boom, boom, unloading the clip. You sure got over him quickly. I hope you find some other petty officials you can kiss up to. Knock it off. We're permitted. Knock it off. We're permitted. Talking about the will only. I'll arrest you for sedition. Now shut it. Disgraceful, Captain Vanita. Wanna switch with Slavico? We've checked everyone in room 1004. They've all matched the roster. Good. Get everyone. Oh, here comes Theta. Here comes his boo. You're permitted to move freely within room 1004 only. All firearms and items designated are dangerous instruments and will be confiscated. If the entrance door opens from the inside without a signal knock, it will be regarded as an attack and mop up operation. Actually, here's a question. So they're believing they're holding guns. If he just takes all their guns and they shoot someone, will that person experience a near-death moment? But when he deactivates his Zetsu, will they come back to life? That's actually... Whoa. Huh. Wait a minute. That's actually a very good question. Because he can't interact with them when they're in the 10 seconds, and he can't kill them. But I guess he should be able to take their guns away, but they would still think they have guns. Therefore, if they shoot and kill someone, when he undoes his 10 seconds, do they come back to life? This is... Okay, see, again, other aspects of the power. It gets deeper. You're permitted to move freely within the room 1004 only. All firearms and items designated as dangerous instruments will be confiscated. If the entrance door opens from the inside without a signal knock, it will be regarded as an attack and a mop-up operation will commence. Respecting the fourth prince's wishes, his body will remain here until 6 a.m. tomorrow, and the wake will serve to replace a funeral. In accordance to the will, the transfer of the coffin will be done by Slavico only. Restrictions mean I can't steal hats or clothes off the royal army either. I'll have to hide my face. Okay, so... Wow. So, he can't steal apparel. That's a part of people, too. But then in theory, he can steal guns. He can steal guns. I'll have to hide my face and bust my way out. If anyone sees my face out there, they'll check the casket. I'll have to make it look like some random thug went rogue and escaped. Collected all the guns here. Ready. The Royal Army will take the confiscated weapons to the Central Justice Bureau on Tier 2. The bird brain is probably only on his way there to make it the seat of his military and political power. True. There's no going back now. The martial law has been declared. He'll press on until the rest of the princes are officially killed. He killed me quickly without much provocation, so he must be on a short time for some reason. He'll take the shortest route to Tier 2. Jesus, so much dialogue. Oh, so much dialogue. But we know. Here we go. Usually, when we move below to Tier 2, we can use passages A, B, or C. Soldiers and Mafia heads use Route B, and the Royal and the VIPs typically use Route A. General passengers are told to use Route C. The only way for general passengers to enter the Justice Bureau is through the central entrance on Tier 3. But Royals and VIP have a separate entrance on Tier 2. They are separate entrances and passages for a specific Royal for all public facilities, and is designated so that it could be the shortest route. It's like the secret passages in Disneyland for the employees. Entrance A is the most ideal way for the military to secretly take over the Justice Bureau, but considering what must be done to declare martial law, it's definitely faster to move a big group through C towards the central entrance and proceed from there. I'm sure the Bird Brain is heading to Tier 3 with his men and the Royal Army through Route C right now. Crazy if he goes B. Route B will have quite a bit of firepower deployed to wipe out the Mafia. Char, Zayu heads are probably detained already, and the Mafia executives' back routes will also be closed. The route of the Royal Army is most wary of, so I'm only now left with only option A. But again, what if he still goes A? Theta, don't. It was in the Prince's will. If you break it, there will be that will be your second time. Oh, true. That can also affect. Damn. So if he pre-activates, or like his Nen Beast pre-activates those, that also is a trickle down effect. I advise against it. Theta Deer. The only thing you'll see while the ability is activated is my guts. Yo, oh Theta, you're dead. You're dead. You're dead. Seriously? Can she see him? Can she see him? Or like because she saw it once? Oh, that would be crazy. Like Fujimai. Because you have been tricked once, you only get it once. No, that would be okay. With all the things they've explained and like the caveats, that would be a massive weakness then. Like you just took a massive step back for this ability. Especially then, like, at the same time, you just lost the other Nen Beast because it's just a Wi-Fi signal. Again, maybe it can do more, but right now it's just a Wi-Fi signal. No, that would be a crazy weakness. So maybe Theta is just that good. Theta is just that good that she's actually starting to piece how his thing works. Yo, Theta, let's go. Let's fucking go, Theta. Can she see me? No, that's not possible. Yeah, I thought so. That made me nervous for a second, Theta dear. You might be the only one who could sweep me off my Zetsu. Yeah, I bet. Yo, he wants to kill her so bad. Oh, look, I'm a masochist after all. Getting the cold shoulder is kind of hot. Better get going. Time to start this escaped adventure. First things first. Damn. Alright, so he's preparing. He's preparing to leave. So yeah, crazy chapter. Crazy chapter. We learned so much and reevaluated so much with his ability. Okay, I'm probably not going to have time to do a HxH, which I figured. But okay, so to summarize what we've learned, that his ability isn't as broken as we thought it was. In some aspects. In other aspects, it's actually even crazier. So, we've reconfirmed that he has, once he closes his eyes, or vice versa, he goes into Zetsu while closing his eyes, doesn't matter. The activation is still the same. He can have a 10-second future vision, and then once that happens, of the 10 seconds into the future, or it starts 10 seconds in the future, and he sees 10 seconds. So, going back to this old chart. So, going back to this. If it wants to pop up. No. Yeah. So here's the real world. Again, a second activates. 1, 2, 3. From 0 to 11, perception sees 10 seconds of the future, taking up no real time. So while 4 seconds or however long, which he says it's about a second or even less, that's when he sees the future of 10 seconds. Continue to see the 10 seconds of the future while experiencing the real time until I open my eyes. And then he opens his eyes. Reveal events sees 10 seconds ago. He actually can then see where things were left off. But in doing so, again, if he planned it out right and he wasn't in a fake death scenario, or in a scenario where people aren't going to kill him, he can watch himself in an alternate reality and learn from that. But anyway, so he's reevaluating that, yes, I can see 10 seconds in the future. And from that 10 seconds in the future, real time is not going by at all. It's a blink of an eye. Then once that deactivates, he comes back to real time and is about to see that 10 seconds happen. But in that, he is trying to experiment about... He cannot change anyone else's foreseen future. It's just him. It is just him. They will continue to be themselves. So future sight will not work. I cannot even play dirty tricks. He can move objects in a state, but at the same time, he cannot hurt anyone. Which I'm now starting to think it's not just the 10 seconds. It's also including his Zetsu state afterwards, which is a big deal that we start to learn more about. So his 10 seconds in the future ultimately will not allow him to hurt anyone. He can take objects, but that's about it. And then within the future, he tried to pre-plan a command, and then he tried to double tap that command again, but it won't happen. And we now again experience that they are experiencing their reality of what he's avoiding, and that will happen until he turns off his Zetsu. And no matter what happens, as long as he maintains his Zetsu, he is basically non-existent in the world. Like the fucking chameleon guy, I forget his name. Melioron. He's basically Melioron, where no matter what, as long as he's in his Zetsu, he doesn't exist. He can take objects and move around, but he can't hurt anyone, he can't interact with anyone, nothing. Nothing. Whether the door stays open or closed, as long as I can maintain my Zetsu, this guy in the living room, just like Salvago here, will keep thinking that I am training. Whatever I do while my Zetsu goes unnoticed, I need to figure out how far my ability goes. For now, I'm sure that all 1004 is under my ability. So here comes the weird thing that we learned from this chapter, that the 666 motherfucker, his ability seems to be a Wi-Fi thing, that it makes a field for his thing to operate in. I didn't get that impression from when we got this chapter, but I guess that's what was happening here. He got this ability. Here we go. He got this ability with it through his Zetsu. At the same time, his 666 motherfucker appeared, I guess, is the idea. But I want to double check just to make sure, like, that it didn't come beforehand. Yeah, when did this chapter happen? When did we see 666? When did 666 first appear? Because it feels like 666 appeared way before. I feel like it appeared way before he ever got the future sight. So maybe initially Togashi and also, I guess, the character was not inherently going to make this thing related to the time ability. But again, I'm feeling that Togashi, one, he's in a rush to get things moving quicker. And two, he's already giving this guy a pretty nasty ability. He kind of now needs to maybe have a bit more drawback. When do we see this guy? When do we first see him? When does Theta start training him? Yeah, what chapter was this? What chapter were you? No, not you. When's the chapter where he starts to learn? 376? Let's go to 376. $376. Okay. Right, he does the special test. Right. Right, the Phantom Troop, they're doing their thing. Keep this for later, a diagram of the whale. Where do we see 666 for this first time? $666, where are you? Where are you, 666? Oh, here. Hold on. Maybe this. Yeah, 1004. Just nasty. Yo, fucking nasty room. Of course, do as you please. I'll do something about this. Hey, get the soldiers in the lower tiers to search Morina's hideout. Pack to work. Yes, sir. So continues the training. Manifestation. Okay. No, this is way before. So I am thinking Togashi. Togashi may have changed his mind on what this creature was going to do. Because he gets the creature around 384. Well, horrifying aura, a specialist Nen beast conjured without intent. I can't even imagine what kind of ability it might possess. Well, right now, it just seems like it's just a Wi-Fi ability, which I'm not going to, like, it helps his power, but at the same time, it feels underwhelming. It feels underwhelming if that's just all it's going to be. The Guardian Spirit Beast created through ritual, and his own alter ego created through instinct. If I wait for an opportunity, it'll be too late. Yeah, dude, yeah. Like, there is so much hype for this entity. But now, after all that, sorry, hopefully no one's getting a seizure. After all that, $384 to $387. So in the span of like 3 chapters, where he gets these abilities, I don't get the impression that they were correlated to each other. I genuinely don't get the impression that what we got in 384, where he was manifesting a secondary Nen Beast, that even Theta is like, holy shit, a specialist conjured Nen Beast. That is a terrifying thing. With him, he already has a Nen Beast. Then furthering that, he gets the Zetsu future thing. And now, obviously, in this chapter, we are greatly minusculing this ability. But at the same time, we also now have withdrawn the Nen Beast, too, to where it's a functional existence with his Zetsu. I never got that impression from when this thing came forth. Then 3 chapters later, with his Zetsu. But I guess that's just the case, where he's saying him manifesting this and then him learning his Zetsu training just wound up being one and the same thing. It's kind of weird. I feel like he needs more of an offensive thing. But again, because Togashi, I feel like, is trying to like speed things along, maybe just giving him another ability, like his truth or telling lie beast, his future sight Zetsu ability, and another ability on top of that might just be too much. It might just be too much, even for Togashi, to like maintain. Even after like him just writing this entire goddamn chapter, integrating his Zetsu and Beast together, if you were to have a Beast ability outside of that, it'd be too much. And again, it would further the arc along even further from a goal. But we do now get some insight onto his Beast ability that also hinders his Zetsu. So that's interesting. And again, he has other ideas he has to think of when it comes to his speed of activation. And then furthermore, when to utilize his stockpile, so that way he can have a longer Zetsu. Because he speculates, if he were to maintain Zetsu right now, he could last 3 hours and 48 minutes. From whence he got his Zetsu. Or from when he got his ability. Which apparently means that on a ratio of, what was it? 11 to 1? Which I thought it's been like multiple days, but I guess maybe that's the case. On a ratio of 11 to 1, through maybe a day or two, he's only accumulated 3 hours of Zetsu concealment. Therefore, if he wants to go a day in Zetsu, he'll need to do multiple days outside of Zetsu, I think is the idea. I could be wrong. I could be viewing the math wrong here. I'll have to maybe go check, like, how long have the days been since, like, he's got his ability to when this all happens. I think it's been only, like, a day or two. But that goes to show you that he only got 3 hours out of multiple days. So he'll have to, like, wait a long time to charge up his Zetsu to the fullest. Anyway, again, we learned that, and we got some interesting details of his plans to, like, hide his presence and conceal himself. And then Theta. Theta is going to be a snafu. Him planning to go and avoid Benjamin and plan this next assault. Yeah. Fourth is on the fucking move. Good morning. I just woke up. It's 8:50 a.m. Good morning. All I see is text flashing before my eyes. Yes, I'm sorry about that. We're reading Hunter x Hunter and dissecting a mad lad's power. Yeah, so let me see. How many days have passed? How many days have passed since the dinner? A total of 4 days have passed since the first Sunday dinner on the Black Whale. The dinner party, the first Sunday banquet and performance took place on Sunday, August 15th. The current event lasted in universe on the evening of the manga. Elapsed time. So it's been 4 days since their first banquet dinner. I just want to confirm that. When Melody does their performance. And Kacho tries to escape. It's been 4 days since then. That's when he started to activate his future sight. So that means in 4 days' time, he has only accumulated a total of 3 hours and 48 minutes. Jesus. So, for every day, he almost gets an hour. So, if he wants to go 24 hours, he would have to do 25. He would have to do around like 25 days. Because it's not a perfect ratio. It's 11 to 1. Yeah, so if he would want to do 24 hours in Zetsu, he would have to go 24 days or 25 days without using Zetsu to stockpile his beast. That's tricky. But Togashi could do it because we still have like over 2 months or around 2 months left in the journey. He could just hide out. He could just genuinely hide out for 2 months. Or like, was it like 2 weeks to get to the refueling station? How long to get to the refueling station? I think it's like 2 weeks. I think they're saying it's about like 10 days. In 3 weeks, we'll exit the humanity, normal navigation and fishing waters. Here, we will refuel and perform a final check of our vessel. So 3 weeks. Yeah, so I think we have about 2 weeks. So he can either stay low. So the journey is about 12-month journey. 12 days have passed. So yeah, we have about 2 weeks. So he could stockpile for 2 weeks. Or he can almost stockpile potentially like over a month or so before we get to the new continent. Not make a move. And then he could have like genuinely so much time in his Zetsu. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. This is food for thought. This is going to be food for thought. Holy shit. All right. Yeah, I'm probably not going to be doing Tune X because this took a massive amount of time and thought process to think through. Again, it's very cool. Togashi is like mitigating too much overhacks while making this a terrifying ability for a terrifying man. But I do feel like he is speeding along the conflict because he wants to get it done. And proof of that is obviously because of Benjamin's actions. But also, I get the impression that the beast that he gets in 384 that Theta is concerned about, I can't even imagine what kind of ability he possesses, is not originally, it wasn't originally coordinated with him learning Zetsu. Once I control Zetsu at will, I will dominate the battle for succession. Like, I don't get the impression this ability won't prove its worth unless I perfect it. I confirmed I can use it consecutively. The problem is the time it takes for me to enter Zetsu. Like, in a way, this takes away from the fact that it's a super Zetsu. It comes off more of a face of it's regular Zetsu being modified by a Hatsu ability. So, like, remember there was that old thing. There was that old thing where Gon and Killua were looking for his dad, Jing. And Kite talks to them and says Jing, like, almost erased his presence from the world. Killua makes a comment. At least it was in the anime. I don't know if it's in the manga, but I'm going to check now. He makes a comment about how, like, that sounds like a super Zetsu. And for a long time, the fandom, including myself, was like, oh shit. That's what the Fourth Prince has been doing. He made a super Zetsu. Like, he elevated Zetsu to another degree. But now it feels more like he's just using regular Zetsu amped by a Hatsu. And that kind of is still cool, but it's not as exciting. But then again, Togashi still has to think about his time to get this done. Oh yeah, we're taking the minute. I forgot. I handle it. What? You been? Oh god, the old sketches. Oh god, a long time ago. Now I can recall what we were and looked for him myself. Good answer. Meanwhile, on the southern island. Yep. God, stop being blue. Oops, I tried the safety box. York news. That far. Where are you? A country called... Oh, true. York news. That's far. Where are we anyway? A country called Kaken. About the middle of the Azan continent. True. Oh, shit. He was in Kaken. We were in Kaken. Huh. Again, Chimerians were there. Conspiracy. Yeah. Well, he gave it to me for the minute. I'll entrust it to you. You can give it back through, as I said, Jing yourself. What are you doing here? Biological survey. Researcher. I want to see if on the footage. Speak of the devil. Right. He's Jin's son for real. It's been 3 years, and it's like I've met in the music crew. We have another incident contract. Wait. Take it easy. It's a digital picture of a camera we can find. It's on my database. I work with large animals. The first discovery. Yep. He makes a comment, I swear. The amateurs rely on experience and knowledge, but Gol and Ki will melt into their surroundings and hunt with their 5 senses. Their focus is unparalleled. Those two are amazing. They're finding lots of new and rare species. They have a gift. Wish they lent that talent to me. That's a cool turtle. They know sounds and smells and tracks most people would pass over. He'll find you soon, Jing. Gon's the real thing. He's a real hunter. Are well liked by animals. He makes a comment, I swear, but maybe it's not in the manga. It could not be in the manga. Yeah, the Chimera Ant doing their thing. Yeah, maybe it's just not in the manga. Yeah, the NGL. Yeah, NGL is like down over here. Which I wonder, where is... Yeah, NGL is actually more located towards Yorknew rather than Kaken, but nonetheless, it started in Kaken with the Chimera Ants and then worked its way down over here. Coincidence? I think not. I think not. Save that. Yeah, I guess the dialogue about how Jin like has Super Nen or Super Zetsu, I think that's an anime only. That is an anime only. Unless they had, like, in the NGL? Could be. They might have had this conversation in here, but I don't know. Smart ones. Get you, eat you, or blows and affect him, swear. Don't take your eyes off it. You'll get the bad habit, the blood stain, from now on. Also, I think they make a comment on, like, the Chimera Ants at this point because Colt snuck up on them. That they are, like, naturally gifted with Zetsu. It's their animal instincts. But that might be an anime only thing, too. Alright, this is when they go in here. Yeah, Jesus fuck. It's so fucked. Chimera Ant arc did not play around, man. It did not play around. Right, we had a little scuffle, scissors. Yeah, the ant army. Yep, they got Nen. We had to take care of the Froogs. Yep. All the soldiers were getting massacred by Gon and the crew. Yeah, the Scythe. Yeah, the Scythe was really cool. Grim Reaper's dance. Pretty neat. So annoying. Be careful. It's okay. Yeah. Kept butchering. Neferpizza was born. Yep. Just a lot of fucked up shit. Oh, dude. The census scale makes this thing in the manga look super fucking big. Oh, my God. Our 6 total subtypes based on training. Yep. Uh-huh. Yep. That's when they start to learn more about Nen. Yeah, no, they don't have this conversation. That's crazy. Also in this, he doesn't have that thing with the hunter badge. Like, they just go immediately into Neferpizza's gonna fuck him up. Yeah. I think I prefer the anime because they added a little bit more stuff before the onslaught. Okay. Yeah, so I guess the term Super Zetsu or Super Nen does not exist in the manga. So that is kind of disappointing. Because that was a cool concept I feel like we could have dove into. Especially going into the Dark Continent where regular Nen I feel is not going to get as far. But okay. Alright. I gotta go. We'll do some Final Fantasy grinding tomorrow. That's going to be fun. That's going to be cool. And then we'll try and get to some Kagurabachi and Chun on Thursday. And we'll see about for the rest of the week. Okay? Take care, everyone. Be safe. Stay safe. Please make sure you take care of yourselves by staying hydrated and eating things that you need to eat, and vitamins, nutrition, all that. Please. Thank you for everyone that stopped by. I know it was a lot of reading, especially for Honor, but I loved it. I loved it. See you all.